And then in our main event, it's a no holds barred match with Triple H retaining the WWF title, pinning Stone Cold Steve Austin. Triple H comes out with a sledgehammer. McMahon is trying to take it from him. Helmsley's going to deck him. The idea is we're doing all we can here to establish Triple H as a top guy. And if him punching Vince McMahon doesn't work, I mean, goodness gracious, it's worked for everybody else. Of course, it's a hot start, an intense brawl all over the arena, even starting at the entryway. That's kind of what you expected in this era from Stone Cold. And then there's an excellent main event. It got 4 stars in the Observer. We even see suplexes on the Spanish announcing table. We're wrapping legs around the ring posts. We got big superplexes on a dozen chairs. I mean, there's a lot of craziness that's happening here. And ultimately, Triple H delivers a pedigree to Rock and then pins Austin. And after the match, Austin goes after Triple H, punches him all the way to the back, hits a low blow, and then China grabs Triple H, throws him into a limo, and they drive away. So somehow, some way, Triple H wins. I think a lot of people, when they see this on paper in this era, they think, well, this is going to be a Stone Cold Steve Austin show.
All right.
How about that? We're making a new guy here. Triple H getting a win over Stone Cold in 99. That's a tall order.
Yeah, and it proved to be all true. Triple H became if not the top heel in the company, I don't know who else it would have been. He earned his spot, contrary to all the gossip and the bullshit about his dating relationship and then subsequently his marriage. The guy earned it, and he was really good at his craft. As we're seeing now, he's really good at his craft. It's a different craft, but you still win or lose, and he's winning a lot more than he's losing with his current job.
I do want to ask you, in this era, and I know that some people may think when you look at it in a vacuum, well, that was questionable. Why would they do that? Austin is hurt bad here to the point where, 1 month later, that's when we're going to do the whole somebody hit Austin with a car so he can go have neck surgery done. He's going to miss the entire year 2000 here. I mean, he's going to be worse for wear. And we know that we've got to get somebody heated up. Why do you think Triple H was the right guy? Or did you know at this point we're going to lose Steve? Or did you think we're hanging on, but maybe we can keep him together with some duct tape?
Well, we always never counted out Steve as far as the medical stuff was concerned because we knew he was going to do all he could to endure. But Triple H just earned the spot. I mean, he was the I don't know who else you would pick out of our roster that was more ready for the spot that Triple H earned than Triple H. So he earned a spot, and he was really, really good at it. And I went on a vendetta about him and tried to make him a bigger heel than he was. And there's still people to this very day think that I hate Triple H and he hates me and all that stuff. It's pro wrestling. Our job is to get talent over and to establish their persona. And I thought we did a nice job of establishing Triple H's persona that followed his lead on how all that stuff worked out. So perfect choice. Nobody else really in strong consideration, at least in my view. So well earned, well deserved.
It's fascinating to think that this is going to be Stone Cold's last pay-per-view match for quite a while. He won't make Survivor Series. It was supposed to be a 3-way with The Rock and Triple H and Stone Cold. It doesn't happen. And neck surgery is going to become priority. Let's do some questions, and we'll put a button on this one. Simply Human wants to know, did you sense the tide turning in terms of Rock taking over Austin's popularity by the end of 99?
Absolutely. Because we knew Steve was going to be physically limited. He needed to be fixed physically. And so, and who's standing in the wings? We were very lucky. We had The Rock. And having The Rock in your deck of cards was extremely important.
Drew Landry has a question that I'm sure a lot of people who've listened to this show start to finish wanted me to ask, because you said a few times the office didn't perceive Jeff Jarrett at the time to be a top guy. Drew Landry says, JR, what made Triple H a main eventer? I never saw it and I still don't. All the things accomplished by Triple H could have been accomplished by a heel Cactus Jack. Thanks in advance. What do you take? What do you make of the criticism all these years later that Triple H wasn't ever really a top guy?
Oh, it's all because of his marital status and his dating situation. It wasn't based on his work, in my opinion. As I said earlier, Triple H was the only guy that I believe to this very day, all these years later, 25 plus years later, that was ready for this move. And I thought when he got the ball, he carried it very well. He delivered.
Well, somebody else who always delivers is adfreeshows.com. Jim, we recorded today in front of a live studio audience. Want to shout out everybody who came and hung out with us today. Appreciate Coach Rosie and Doug Ritter and Lindsay and Denovius and everybody who's hanging out with us early this morning. But I wanted to mention we've got a brand new initiative at adfreeshows.com. It's an all-new women's program called Ladies Night at the Matches. You can check out this and a whole host of other bonus content, like Lex Luger's Lex Expressed, like the Godfathers podcast, like Tully Blanchard. What about Memphis Memories with Downtown Bruno? We got Sam Adonis. We got David Crockett. We got Mike Chioda. We got Nick Patrick. We got something for everybody. More than 100,000 hours of bonus content, all available for you now at adfreeshows.com. And if you've been on the fence about trying it, now's your chance. Use our promo code right now, JR25, and you'll get 25% off your first month. That's JR25 at adfreeshows.com. Yes, there's a lot of content, but what you're going to find most of all is it's like a little community. I think you're going to really, really dig it. Check it out. It's adfreeshows.com. Listen, Jim, as folks are listening to this, last night was Fright Night Dynamite with Shelton Benjamin and Swerve Strickland. Denovius Max says, we all know you're very high on Shelton Benjamin, but can you tell us how excited you are to see him with you guys at AEW? Could you see him finally becoming a world champ here?
Well, possibly. Yeah, possibly. He's physically qualified. It's just a matter of how the stories are written and so forth. I'm a big Swerve Strickland fan as well. Those two guys work really hard and are reliable talents. And they bring something special. They bring a uniqueness to the presentation. But Sheldon is just, maybe his time is coming. That's all I got to say about that. Maybe I don't have any inside information. I don't have any dirt. But I think that Sheldon could fulfill any role inside the squared circle that we wanted. He's just, and he's a quality human being. You know he's going to be there, and you know you're going to get great athletic effort. And there's very few people that I've ever been around that were as athletic as Shelton Benjamin in the wrestling ring.